Welcome everybody to All About Articulation, where we do a deeper dive into the articulation of some of your favorite action figures while glossing over things like sculpt, paint apps, character history, accessories, because I suck at that, and there are already so many great reviews on YouTube who can do that already, so why waste your time? Hope everyone is staying safe in this quarantine and pandemic. Drink lots of water and eat your vitamins and get a lot of sleep, alright? And also, if you see a nurse, EMT worker, a ER doctor, don't hug them, don't kiss them, give them a little tip of the hat, and maintain your social distancing. Okay, today we're going to review the DC Essentials. Is it called DC Collectibles, DC Essentials? I just call them DC Essentials. The DC Essentials 1/10 scale Knightfall Batman, I think. That's the official name of this Batman. It's called the Knightfall Batman. What makes him Knightfall Batman? Because it's part of this is the way they designed him to look in the Knightfall storyline. But to me, it's always, this is Batman. This is my childhood Batman. Blue, gray, yellow belt with the black and yellow bat insignia on his chest and the tall pointy ears. This is Batman. So every year, seems like every month, every couple of months, they release so many Batmans. But I saw him and I just said, that's Batman. That's my Batman right there. He is released in the typical, DC Essentials. DC Essentials releases 7-inch scale figures in the 1/10 scale, action figure mold, for lack of a better word. And what DC Essentials does notoriously is that they use the same exact mold, same exact body for all the figures, and this guy's no different. So if you had ever bought any other Batman or any other DC Essentials figure, you know exactly what you're getting. However, maybe I'm biased because since this is the Batman of my childhood, the Batman of my dreams, I'm so in love with this look. He's Batman. So I'm gonna do a quick measurement from head to toe. He stands just under 7 inches. Maybe I can get him to stand still. Just under 7 inches. Let's call that 7 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.8, 7.9 inches. This is a rubber cape. It's a rubber cape that's attached all the way to his neck, so you can't even really just take it off, unless maybe you popped off his head. But then I don't know if you can take. Oh, you can. Oh wow! Look at that. Oh wow! Look at that. Okay, that looks weird. Oh, that's the first time I did that. Oh, so I guess if I wanted to put a cloth cape on him, that's how I would do it. I didn't think I was able to do that. Okay, look at that. I've had them for about a month now, and I just did this I just discovered something new. I did it on camera, live, or as live as we can be these days, right? Okay, so the cape does come off. The cape is I don't want to say very hard. It's a harder plastic than you would like if you wanted it to be. If your emphasis on articulation, which here that's what we do. But it's thin and it doesn't sort of sprawl out in all wacky ways and shapes and forms, that it kind of stays out of the way when you're trying to articulate him and put him in poses, which is a good thing. So he just stands there, and he can stand pretty well without it. So it's not that heavy. The cape does go over his shoulders, but let me see if the cape actually hinders his shoulder articulation, because I don't think it does. Yeah, no. Even with the cape on, that's about as high as his shoulders can go. Unfortunately, I thought maybe the cape had hindered it, but it's not the cape. Turns out it is just the way they make these figures. So that's as far as he can go. That's as far as high as his shoulders can go. All right, but his head can go really far back to look up, to look down, There's a little bit of a wiggle, but not too much. Like I said, his shoulders just go up that far. Bicep swivel, that's, industry standard. Double jointed elbows, that bends pretty far. So he can scratch his own back. Alright, that's pretty good. He has a typical DC Essentials ab crunch. One click forward, go that far down. And about, let's see. 1, 2, I'll just call it one. One click back. One click forward, one click back for his back extension. Okay, and you do get a swivel at the waist. The belt does sort of hinder that because it's made of the same semi-soft plastic as the cape. He can do a great split. His hips can go further out than his shoulders. But like I said, that is typical DC Essentials. As you already see, the upper thigh swivel. There is a boot cut, double jointed knees that he can kick his own butt. It's always good. The wrist articulation is Marvel Legends style, which is just a peg and a hinge in one direction. So the hands cannot go like this, shaking a like dice throwing. It just goes up and down like weight. He's got the ankle boot cut. Another huge complaint that a lot of collectors have of the DC Essential figures is that he's got the same type of it's these ankle joints that many different manufacturers implement into their figures, and they use this type of joint in both ankles and wrists. But for some reason in the DC Essentials line, they're so loose and they're so weak that a lot of figures have a hard time standing. However, McFarlane uses the exact same type of joints in his figures, and they don't have the same problem. They stand fine because the same exact joints, though used by McFarlane, is tighter and more sturdy. And I'll get to that when I review this figure. So yeah, I mean, that's Batman. He does. Look, if you're looking for a very well articulated Batman figure, I mean, this might not be for you. But for $20 to $25, actually, he's probably about $25. For $25, he's a great Batman. But if money's not an issue for you and you want the top of the line, top level type of articulation, I would say the Mafex Hush Batman that's coming out. Or who knows when it's coming out now because of all the the quarantining and the delays in manufacturing. That was supposed to come out by this summer. We'll see if it still comes out by this summer. But the Mafex Hush Batman, that's what everyone is saying is the Batman to get. And it's because it's Mafex, it'll have different level of next level articulation. Although it's gonna sell for about $90, so you do pay for that extra. It's a premium figure. Just FYI. Okay? Alright. Take it easy, fellas. Fellas.